Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today is Friday, June 5, 2026. I want to touch upon a few things that's happened. This morning we get the jobs numbers, and also within the last 48 hours, a couple of things that kind of fold into and are related to the bubble theme that I've been speaking about recently. And so let's start with yesterday. Micron and Broadcom, their stocks really got beat up bad. Broadcom had earnings on Wednesday after the close, and the numbers were good. But yesterday, Broadcom was down $286 billion of value. The market cap loss was $286 billion in one day. And that's the fourth largest of any stock in one day loss of value. Micron loss was down 7.7% yesterday, and that represented $94 billion of market cap or of value. And that's the largest drop for Micron ever. So those events, I think, illustrate what can happen when a bubble bursts. Again, not certain that we're in a bubble. I believe that we are, and that I'm not sure this is the top or the popping of it, but again, this is kind of the events that take place, in a top or when a bubble is deflating. Now, I kind of think it may not be the end, but again, we've had a huge run that we've been speaking about in April and May. It's been historic. So maybe, again, this is just the kind of the correction and an adjustment, but boy, it's kind of painful. Now, the other thing that happened this morning was the May jobs data was released. It was stronger than expected. Unemployment rate remained the same. 172,000 jobs estimated to be created in May, more than expected. The market reaction, specifically in the fixed income market, our interest rates went higher. 5-year, 10-year bond, 30-year bond above 5%. So that's kind of worrisome, and it sets up for the Fed meeting, which is going to be 16, 17 of June, with nothing probably happening. But again, it's going to be more tension given the new Fed chair coming in and this kind of data, and the market is taking interest rates up before the meeting. So no matter if the Fed does nothing, this type of data is a problem, for the interest rates going higher, which is again a problem for perhaps the economy. Let's finish up with some SpaceX news. SpaceX announced this week that they're going to be doing their IPO at $135 per share, and they're selling 555 million shares. So it's the largest IPO ever. The previous was Saudi Aramco, and this is double that, at about $1.7 trillion of market cap. So a huge undertaking. And a couple of things that I think is kind of interesting here. Fidelity is lowering their threshold to buy some of the stock from 100,000 to 500,000, depending on other parameters within your account, down to accounts that are only valued at $2,000. I think that's a sign of the times. I just think one of the things that might be happening is they need to get rid of the stock. And so Fidelity's loosening their restrictions on people to be able to buy the IPO stock. Now, also it appears, I'm not certain about this, that you're kind of tied up for 15 days with Fidelity if you buy it. I guess you can sell it, but they're looking at penalties if you sell within the 15 days. Again, these are things that I've been reading. I didn't read the documentation from Fidelity and again on SpaceX. But again, news, and that's supposed to be happening next week. So a lot going on. I hope that you have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.